Okay, folks, I've made videos about seats before, but it was always bits and pieces of everything. So let's talk about it, right? So, as you know, for example, here is my 996. The seat has been damaged, right? I've attempted to repair it. Overall, the repair pieces up top tend to be in good shape. The bolster section, that tends to get a lot of wear and tear, and therefore it doesn't work so well. So here are some of the concerns that you come across when you're dealing with seats. Now, you've got the 996 seats, you've got the 986 seats, and you've got the customized 986 seats. Some folks, if they have damage with their seats, they'll replace their seats altogether, either with, say, the Sport version, with the GT version. I've seen a gentleman who has a GT version, and it looks awesome. However, the GT versions are roughly about $5,000 to $8,000 for a pair of seats. If you love your car and you're willing to spend that money, fantastic. For me, $8,000, I can actually upgrade a decent amount of stuff. Now, can I do it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. But sometimes it doesn't make sense. Okay. So what have I done so far? Before, I've replaced this skin and that skin. And unfortunately, no, actually that it was original. This was a black skin that I got from a 986. However, as you can see, it was a little bit damaged and it was a little crackling. So what I did was I used leather paint to cover this. And as you can see, for the most part, it's okay. Now, what I also did was, since I did it for that, I did it for the covers. I did it for the middle because a lot of these were all dinged up. And I made a whole bunch of videos of me tearing all this apart to do that, right? So what I was getting at is one options for seat repair is to use the leather paint. Now, had I fixed the cracks a little bit and then use the leather paint, I might be better off. But honestly, after a year of it, I'm not wild about it. Maybe because I didn't do a good job or a better enough job. All right. But I just want to say that is an option. All right. Second option that a lot of people would do if they don't want to switch out the seats is they will upgrade seats to customized seats. So as you can see, this car came with a customized seat, right? And it is good. Don't get me wrong. It is great. It makes your seat so much better. It makes your, because the leather's brand new, it's fair, and you can do anything you want. The downside for some people is that this will cost you roughly between $800 to $1,000 a seat. Now, if you bought your car and your car is pristine and you love your car and you want to spend that, that's fine. That's up to you. Alternatively, what people would do is they would buy someone else's used seats like I have right here, right? And then they would swap it out. Now, here are the things that you should know when it comes to 986 seats and 996 seats. The bolt patterns are the same. So you could actually unhook mine, hook this in, and you're good to go. The only difference, the only concern is the harness. While the harness looks identical, the pin settings are not. Case in point is if it's a manual versus a semi-automatic versus a full automatic, right? So for example, the one in my car is a full automatic. Therefore, if you take a look, you'll find that I don't have one of those holder thingies to pull it back and forth. This is a semi-automatic, which means to move back and forth, you pull on this. There is controls on the side, and this will push it either up a little bit or your backrest back and forth a little bit, right? So because it's not the same between a 986 and a 996, that is one of your concerns, all right? So don't buy this thinking, hey, it's going to be perfect. It's not. If it's at the positions that you like and all you care about is moving back and forth, then it will still work. But you got to know that it's not going to work, all right? So For me, black is not going to match with mine. However, it's going to be much better than what you see here, right? As you can see, this is the driver's side, which I put on the passenger side. I know. This is the driver's side. That's the passenger side, right? So if I were to swap that with these, this would be the one that I would deal with. Now, as you can see between the two, the bottom looks the same. This looks a little dirty, but this could be rubbed out. That's pretty good. So material-wise, it looks like it's in good shape. Once again, the bolster on this one, because it's a driver's side. So here's the deal. You'll find that passenger side, 50-50. Sometimes you have a passenger, and sometimes you don't. Driver's side, because you're always going to use it, the bolster is always damaged. Always, right? So, if I'm going to swap, which is the reasons why I bought this, I'm going to swap it with this. The bottom is great. The top is bad. Now, case in point is did you know that a passenger seat and a driver's seat, when it comes to the upper leather, are identical? What that means, of course, is I can take this leather, put it to here, put this leather to here, which means my leather is going to be perfect based out of this. My bottom is perfect, and voila, I have a perfect driver's seat. Now, back to what I said before. While this will fit on, the leather will be perfect quality-wise. The leather is perfect. The leather is original. Now, the problem, of course, is there's no power, or at least I haven't Jimmy rigged the power to work right. Maybe down the road I'll make a video on that. But what I'm getting at is what if we remove this padding from the seat itself? What if we remove the middle and the padding and the leather from here, and we transport it to here? So that's what I'm going to do, which means it's going to be my original seat, which means all the power, everything is going to work. However, that leather, bottom and top, will fit into here, which will make this car mostly beige with a black seat. The black seat will be in perfect shape, and all the power, all the settings, everything else will be original to the car. Now, for some folks, you would rather go this route and be happy. That's up to you. For some folks, you'd rather go with that and be happy, even though it's manual. For me, I like to have the best of both worlds. Since I've made videos on how to take all of this apart, I'm not going to make a video of what it looks like, but at a later date, I will make other videos, and then I will remind you guys on what I've done. So I just want to share this with you, that these are some of the options that you can do based on what you have available to you, what your price range is, and then, of course, how to get things to work, all right? I'm not saying, go cheap. I'm not saying go expensive. Once again, that's up to you. For me, was here are the options that I have. Here's what I want to share with you all, and here's what I'm doing, okay? Keep in mind, I am looking for some upgrades along the way. I may do other things as well, but at least that's what I want to show you all when it comes to the seat scenario. All right?